Hey guys, welcome to another segment of the Buckeye Vinny YouTube channel show. Sit back and enjoy this. My friends, we all know that last night the Buckeyes played their first game of the 2021 football campaign. And yes, the Buckeyes were victorious, beating the Minnesota Golden Gophers in Minnesota 45-31. And you know, when I went over this game to do a recap, it was very interesting for me that months ago I've been saying that the Buckeyes are very skilled in their running backs, their wide receivers, their offensive line, and their defensive line. But where they are going to possibly have some growing pains, and I said this a few months ago, is at the quarterback position. Well, for me, I thought C.J. Stroud did a decent job. My friends, number one, this is a 19-year-old redshirt freshman that, let's be honest, really did not have any playing time last year. He got in one game against Michigan State Spartans, ran for a touchdown, and that was it. Never attempted a pass in the 2020 season. Now all of a sudden, he is our starting quarterback. So can you only imagine the pressure that this 19-year-old CJ was feeling? Number one, being on the road in Minnesota. And number two, being on stage on a Thursday night game on Fox, where millions of people are watching. You know, I'm just going to break down this game. C.J. Stroud stats look this way. Completed 13 out of 22 for 294 yards. 4 touchdown passes, 1 interception. Completed 59% of his passes. My friends, let me tell you this. For his first debut as our Buckeye quarterback, okay? Not too shabby, in my opinion, okay? Yes, he looked a little nervous, but again, he's 19 years old. I thought for the most part, Coach Ryan Day did a great job getting him into the offense gradually. Now, we all know in the beginning of the game, the first 2 quarters, there were a lot of little screen passes to the wide receivers, a little bit to the running backs, little slot passes, nothing really big time deep downfield. As the game went on, and I believe C.J. Stroud started to gain confidence, is when C.J. started to light it up downfield. Now, I'm going to give you stats here. Chris Olave, 4 catches, 117 yards, but 2 touchdowns. So he made the most of his catches. Again, he caught 4. 2 of them went for TDs. Garrett Wilson, sure-handed Garrett, 5 receptions, 80 yards, and 1 touchdown. And true freshman, Travion Henderson, 1 reception, 70 yards, and a touchdown. And my friends, you talk about turning on the afterburners. This young man is going to live up to all the hype that he was coming in as a true freshman. And everybody's saying about him being the best back in the country. I see why. What a great job Travion Henderson did to open that game up for the Buckeyes. Now again, the Buckeyes were down at half, 14-10. Again, if you're going to go back to 2020, last season the Buckeyes were a second half team, just like they started off the 2021 football campaign. Second half, the Buckeyes outscored Minnesota 35-17 to go on to win 45-31. Ironically, this spread in this game was, I believe, anywhere from 13.5 to 14. The Buckeyes were favored. Imagine that. The Buckeyes won by 14. Going over to the running backs for the Buckeyes, who I thought really did a nice job. Mayan Williams led the rushing attack, 9 carries, 125 yards, 1 touchdown. Master Teague had 6 carries for 29 yards. Now, Mayan Williams got the Buckeyes off to a great start when he took that handoff and took it for a touchdown around the corner, outraced the Minnesota Gophers secondary for the Buckeyes' first score of the game. And I believe, again, that took a little bit of pressure off C.J. Stroud. Now, my friends, again, we're going to have some growing pains in the quarterback position. So, Buckeye fans, just get used to it. But I'm just going to say this. What impressed me most about C.J. Stroud, number one, was he did not force anything. He ended up playing a decent game, at least my opinion, and he took what the defense gave him. So, meaning this, yes, he had 1 interception. It's not as if he forced that into double, triple coverage. He just threw a bad pass. He threw it behind Chris Olave, and it was picked off. Okay. What impressed me a lot about CJ was that he wasn't taking any sacks to either knock them out of field goal range or have 3rd and long. Very smart play by C.J. Stroud. And another thing that really impressed me is when the pocket broke down and he was rolling out and nobody was open, he had no problem just chucking the ball out of bounds. To me, that already is a very smart quarterback, and without a doubt, you know that Ryan Day, without a doubt, was giving him the advice, CJ, pocket breaks down, please do not force anything, just chuck it out of bounds and start from scratch. So again, all in all, not bad. Again, Buckeyes going on the road, a Big Ten matchup, and I will have to throw out a compliment to the Minnesota Gophers, really. When you think of Minnesota, you think of a really gritty ball club. Their quarterback, Tanner Morgan, a great kid. What more can you say? He played a decent game. Unfortunately, their star running back ended up going down, and nobody likes to see anybody get hurt. Whether, yes, it did benefit the Buckeyes, but again, nobody likes to see an injury. I believe that turned the game around. I believe their star running back ended up, I heard today, it was an Achilles tendon issue injury. So who knows if he'll be back. But again, P.J. Fleck, phenomenal coach over there. And, you know, so goes the coach, so goes the team. And again, you know, P.J. did a really nice job. He's a gutsy coach. 4th down and 1 in his own territory, and he went for it and got it, and that got the crowd into the game in the first half. So again, you know, my hat's off to Minnesota. It's nice that we started off with a good Big Ten school instead of playing the likes of Akron or Kent or YSU. No crack on those teams, but again, I like it that the Buckeyes are starting to notch up their schedule with talent, and that's what they need. Now, we all know week 2, the Oregon Ducks, an explosive offense, they will be coming to the shoe for week 2. So we'll see how CJ will handle this game in front of his own home crowd of over 100,000 crazy screaming Buckeye fans that without a doubt will be supporting CJ and the Buckeyes. But again, my friends, you know, bottom line, what disappointed me, again, was the Buckeyes defense. Now, we had very little pass rush on Tanner Morgan, and we gave up all those yards rushing. The secondary, for me, too many pass interference calls, and there's a couple that should have been called, and the ref didn't call them, so we lucked out there. Again, my friends, the Buckeyes defense got to come to play. I'm sorry. Last season, the Buckeyes gave up on average of 26 points a game in 2020. Coach Combs got to get it together. if the Buckeyes are going to try to attempt to get into the national championship. And I know this is way, way too soon to talk about that. But again, when you're an elite team like Alabama, like Clemson, like Oklahoma, like the Buckeyes, okay, your defense got to come to play day in and day out, okay? No excuse. So the Buckeyes are going to have their hands full next week versus Oregon Ducks. So hopefully Coach Combs have the Buckeyes defense ready to play some ball. And obviously, this was the first game of the year. Let's get those mistakes out, and let's turn it around for Oregon coming to town. Again, my friends, I'll take this win without a doubt. Buckeyes, nice way to start the season on the road, picking up the W. Again, Buckeyes defeating the Gophers 45-31 in comeback fashion. You got to remember, the Buckeyes again were down at half. They were also down in the third quarter, 21-17. So for the Buckeyes on the road with a very inexperienced quarterback to come out and win this game, I was very, very impressed. I was also impressed by Haskell Garrett picking up that fumble recovery and taking it to the house for a touchdown. That really turned the game around, in my opinion. So again, the Buckeyes go on to win Thursday night, defeating Minnesota Gophers, again by the score of 45-31. If you are new to my channel, please by all means click on the subscribe button. If you like this video, which I hope you do tonight, please click on the like button. And like always, please comment down below. Like always, peace out. God bless. Go Buckeyes next week versus Oregon.